Do I have to use the timer? Nobody else is using the timer.
Nah, go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, Justin said I didn't have to, so.
Because
Okay.
I want to hear this all.
All of it, the explanation, the in-depth breakdown,
I demand that
the
you
unemotional
mute everybody right now.
analysis.
All right, look.
All right, let's hit it. This is our Michigan-Ohio State, the game, as it's been called. I don't know. I was trying to find out when it officially became the game. I don't know when it was actually named that. I know that we're looking.
10-year war, wasn't it?
Was it
As long
during
as
the
I can
10-year war?
remember.
I thought it was during the 10-year war in the 80s.
Okay,
All I know is it's a fun game to watch.
it is a fun game.
is.
And it's always a fun game.
Biggest rivalry in all of college football, man.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It could be better.
Yep.
Yeah, biggest rivalry in all the sports. While this is, and I decided to level the playing field here, while this is the 120th meeting, we're going to count games from 1918 when both Ohio State and Michigan were part of the Big Ten at the same time. Going by that, the series stands at 49 Michigan, 52 Ohio State, and 4 ties. This is from 247 Sports. The game has had a major impact on the Big Ten championship race, and in many cases, also the bid for the Rose Bowl, no fewer than 52 times.
Wow.
On 26 of those 52 previous occasions, the teams have decided the title or division championship between themselves. Even with Michigan being on a down year, I am surprised at the number of people who actually believe Michigan can upset Ohio State this weekend. But let's find out what you guys think. Michigan is currently 6-5 and 4-4 in the conference. Number 2 Ohio State is 10-1, 7-1 in the conference after losing to Oregon, who's currently number 1. The spread on this game is 21 points with the over-under at 42.5.
Now, Saturday, noon. Hellfire, brimstone.
Brimstone.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go, baby. Let them know.
Ohio
G.
State.
broken.
Ohio State.
Oh, they broke you.
Ohio State
Oh, you're so
is number
sad
1 in the
right
country
now.
in the third quarter at 12.3 points per game. I'm sorry, in the third quarter, then
Matt,
only
be
giving up
quiet.
0.8 in the third quarter. Michigan, on the other hand, they score 5.1, but they also give up 3.2. Also, another big statistic you should take. Michigan averages 4 punts a game and gives up only punts on 196 yards. Ohio State 4.5, but 233. What does that mean, everybody? What does that mean for the people on the short bus? What that means is that no matter what happens, when Ohio State punts the ball, we're going to put them in terrible situations no matter what. No matter what. And we're talking about the 128th ranked offense in college football, aka the worst football, the worst offense in P4. How you guys managed to even accomplish that? Congrats. We're gonna kick your arse up and down the field. Fight the team across the field and show them Ohio's here.
Show them.
All right.
Here. You're reverberating with a mighty cheer. Rock, rock, rock. Hit them hard and see how they fall. Never let that team get the ball. Hail, hail. The gang's all here, so let's win the old conference now.
And next week, I plan on singing Carmen, Ohio on this show. See you later, fellas.
That didn't rhyme.
Happy Thanksgiving, Garrison. We'll see you next
Garrison
week.
brought out the punt stats. That's when you know he's on his game.
What's your?
yeah,
Did you give a score prediction?
What?
Oh yeah.
score
yeah,
No,
prediction.
all right. Wait. Will you be mad at me if I can't do it before the Scarlet and Blue show?
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can give it to me later. That's
No.
good.
Then how about this? Type this in for me, Cliff.
All right.
For Ohio
It's
State, type in a lot.
I was literally going to say just say a lot.
And for you
a
guys,
little.
type in Neil.
Neil? Who's Neil?
Bye, Garrison. Happy Thanksgiving.
And
See
that's
ya, Garrison.
Daddy Daddy for you.
On OnlyFans.
You guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Garrison. Mac, can you do this
I
in
don't want
30
to go
seconds?
first.
You don't want
I
to
don't
go
want to go first.
Justin, would
Yeah,
you like to go?
I'll go.
Okay, go.
Yeah, so I think for Michigan, they would have to be able to run the ball effectively. I think third down is going to be very important for them to keep this game close. But I just think Ohio State is a little too much a lot too much in the trenches. Michigan has bullied really bad teams that aren't physical up front. Ohio State is not that. Judkins and Travion Henderson have almost 1,500 yards combined, 14 touchdowns. Jeremiah Smith is a load to cover. I just don't think there's enough. There's too many weapons over there for them to deal with, and not enough players on Michigan that can score. The implied score based on the spread is 32-12. I got Ohio State 31-13.
That's a bad score in Ohio State history. Please change it to 32 or 30-13. Please change it.
All right, we'll go 30-32.
32.
Thank you. Because Tempe
Yeah.
Akabatuka went for 313 yards and they won 31-13.
Way to bend the knee, Nebraska. Way to
Hey,
bend the knee.
listen. They've had my back. All right, me, Nebraska and Ohio State, we're cool. Our fan base are cool, so I got their back.
That's so weird. No, that's not.
Hey,
appropriate.
COVID. It happened during 2020 and COVID. We're both fighting for football. Guess who was fighting against it? Michigan.
No, hang on.
Un-American.
Michigan's coaches wanted to play football. Michigan's administration was in the
Michigan
pocket.
was against it.
No, Michigan's administration
athletic
was. The
department
coaches were not.
That's the representative of the team.
But the coaches wanted to play. There's a
No,
difference.
Harbaugh wanted to cower out.
Yep. Ohio
No, he didn't.
Ohio
He
State,
said he didn't want
Nebraska
to cower out.
were vocal.
He cowered out
about
from
it.
Ohio State in
Yeah,
2020. He
Nebraska-
would have done it this year too.
Justin Fit. That's bull.
Why do you think our fan bases
That-
have gotten along since then?
They had a
No,
spirited.
that's fine. You guys can
Heck,
have that.
yeah.
You guys had that, and that's great. I was a huge Justin Fields fan while he was trying to get football. You know, he was on Good Morning America. I watched it and I was tweeting like, "Yeah, go Justin Fields. Good job, buddy."
They had a
Harbaugh
spirited
wanted to play. The
practice.
entire coaching staff wanted to play. The players wanted to play. It was
No, they
Ward
didn't.
Manuel.
No, they didn't.
Ward Manuel didn't want to play.
Harbaugh did not.
There
He's
was a
absolute
spirited
crap.
practice the day after. I don't want to hear about it.
Yep.
But Rob, you ready?
Yep.
Go.
You know, I've seen a lot of threads, a lot of comments, Facebook, social media, whatever. Michigan fans just not ready to give Ohio State their credit or respect, and I don't know if they ever will. You know, I just remember before the Indiana game, Kurt Cignetti is a leader of men. Ryan Day, Charmin soft. Indiana's going to get it done. And now that Ohio State just completely dismantled Indiana, the needle has
The narrative
moved.
changed.
The narrative changed. Oh, we're gonna hop on board and say Indiana didn't play anybody. Their defensive line's not that good. Kirk Cignetti is not ready for the moment. But you just said that he was a leader of men and Ryan Day was Charmin soft. So I don't think we're gonna get respect until we beat them. But, you know, another thing I will say is this is a completely different Ohio State team. The players, the coaches, they play for each other. And I'm gonna say something that Harbaugh said.
Offensive team, creative.
The team. You can feel the energy on that field when Caleb Downs ran back that punt return. Everybody's cheering. Everybody's excited. I heard it was the loudest that it's been in the stadium. It's just a different mentality, a different attitude. They're a physical team. They're not. This is not like I'm going to pretend to be a tough team, just like in 22 when they gave up in the third quarter. You have players stepping up. You have leaders. Cody Simon, Styles, definitely Caleb Downs, big leader. So I just think that due to the culture, which by the way, Michigan fans swore was broken, I think they win this game. And due to Michigan's defensive line being good, it's going to keep them in the game. I have it being close to like mid-third, but I have Ohio State winning 32 to I'm gonna go 18. 32 to 18.
32-18. All right, Ben, are you ready?
The timer is fired on this show.
Yeah, I forgot to start it for Rob there. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, I agree with everything that was said. I think one of the things I do it too. It's transitive properties where it's like two teams competing against each other. You can't compare it because they can prepare differently for each other.
Football math does not work.
This is not the Michigan team of last year. They've struggled. this Ohio State team has seemed to find the identity. It's at Ohio State. 38-14, Ohio State.
And I think I think Ohio State might start a little slow and give Michigan fans hope, and then they're just gonna pull away and shred your hearts.
Yeah, I like the rivalries do unpredictable things, but I just don't know. I can't see it right here. I see it more of the Oregon Washington than this one.
Whoever was talking about Michigan having a creative offensive scheme. I don't know about that.
I think they said they need to have. They will have.
Michigan has a chance of winning. If their offense is they can't.
Yeah,
that's not a thing.
That's orgy in the end zone, baby.
That would have needed to happen already for us to think that they can get creative.
Well, that is true. That is true. I mean, remember they had a wide receiver, I believe, backup wide receiver throwing to orgy against Oregon, and he ran to the camera crane. So,
yeah.
That's pretty creative, though. I mean, nobody saw that camera crane coming, including Orgy.
Peter, are you ready?
Does Mac? He wants to go dead last.
You want to go last, Mac?
Yeah, best for last.
Dang it, it's your show. All right. Okay, this is what I'll say. Go. A whole lot. As in 45 points. Michigan, if they get in the end zone, I will throw a rock through a window at my sister's house, so I don't care.
Wow.
45-10. If they score a touchdown, if it's 45-9, I'll be happy. If it's 45-10,
No.
I'm going to throw a rock through a window.
Why'd you pick it?
Buckeyes destroy. 4 years of wrath, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 is coming down in the horseshoe like a fireball from heaven on Sodom and Gomorrah. But Ann Arbor.
Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. Just let it stand unless he actually wants to throw a rock through his sister's window. Maybe
I feel
maybe
like
that's
he does.
the point.
I feel like he does.
Yeah, maybe that's the point.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do it. Don't test me on that, Michigan. Don't you dare cross the goal line.
Because he came in predicting 40 field goals between Iowa and Nebraska and 15 field goals last week, and now he wants to add a touchdown in all of a sudden.
I mean, that kicker is going to be icing his leg for a week.
Hey, listen, Zavada is disgusting. He is an offensive weapon like Denard was.
Zavada, yeah.
He's good. He's good.
He's making chip shots from 55 yards out. It's crazy.
He can make, dude. If he makes a 65-yard field goal, I'll just throw a pebble through the window.
That'd be cool.
Is your sister in the car? Is she hearing this?
She'll see it on Saturday if Michigan crosses the goal line, and I won't pick it up. I won't do it. I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up.
Leave a note that says, "Ha, suck it."
Told you.
All right, Mac. It's all down to you.
All right. See you later.
Ready?
Do I have to use the timer? Nobody else is using the timer.
Nah, go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, Justin said I didn't have to, so
because I want to hear this all.
Yeah. All of it, the explanation, the in-depth breakdown.
I demand that
the
you
unemotional
right
analysis.
All right, look, the absolute meltdown that has been happening on Buckeye Twitter this week has been absolutely worth whatever beatdown Michigan's going to get this weekend. It's like, yeah, okay, objectively speaking, I'm not expecting to win this game. It might even get bad. But watching you guys weep and cry and the gnashing of teeth all week long over, the last 3 years, Michigan cheated. Oh, it's terrible. Hellfire and damnation on Ann Arbor. Oh, goodness.
Brimstone.
Whatever.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
It's just great. It's been great, man. We broke you guys. It's been amazing.
Sodomy Gomorrah.
But
Wait a minute. We won the national championship last year. Like, I'm good. I'm happy. This has been a great week. Saturday, it's going to be a great game. I'm really excited for it. But here's what I want to say. I want to take you guys back. I want to take you guys back to November 25th, 1995.
Hey, I already mentioned that.
A day. Yeah, well, I'm going there now myself. A day that will live in Michigan.
I didn't know you were going to
infamy.
talk this slow. Jeez.
Shut up. Chishimanga Biakapatuka ran for 313 yards, and I think it was 3 touchdowns, and brought Michigan from the brink. Michigan goes into the game 8-3. You want to know what they came out? They came out 9-3, and they totally trashed Ohio State's chances at a national championship and locked themselves up a place in the Alamo Bowl. Now, it's not going to be the Alamo Bowl this time. It's going to be the Music City Bowl or the Motor City Bowl. And I don't care which one it is because I'm going to love it. Michigan's going to win this game behind a powerful running attack from Kalel Mullings. Do not count the boys out.
What?
It is going to be 31-23 Michigan. Suck it.
Y'all are going to get dominated at the point of attack.
I like the emotional investment in this, in your prediction. I really do.
I appreciate that. That's nice.
Guys, I have another question though. Considering I know everything is out of control this week with the hate week on Twitter and all of that, and everybody's just going nuts. With the NIL kind of settling out now, or now that Michigan is actually involved in NIL, now that Ohio State's involved in NIL, they were already
Overpaying a quarterback.
Or maybe
be a drop in the bucket compared to what happens soon.
Well, that's another discussion too. But the discussion I want to get into is that now that Michigan is getting into NIL, presuming that by doing that they're actually going to beef up not just the team but the coaching staff, could we be looking at another 10-year war between Michigan and Ohio State?
Can I just say something about the NIL deal? So I actually heard what happened. It was actually Larry Ellison's wife who told Dave Portnoy that she went to school during the Brady Hoke era and never wanted to feel it again. It sounds like someone who's really rich, who's really really rich, who's used money to solve all their problems and hoping that this sticks. So I honestly don't know if this is going to be another 10-year war, but it's all going to be up to what coaching changes they make. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. You got Mac, Peter, you got any
I think
on whether it could be a 10-year war?
I think it could be a 10-year war, and I don't care if, money's a part of it. I mean, Ohio State spent $20 million to put Band-Aids all over their roster this year, and it seems to be working out for them. And we spent $12 million to get a quarterback. That's, hopefully that works out for us. I think in the future, you're going to see, they're going to need salary caps for college football here soon. So yeah, I don't care that salary is a part of it. They can get paid. That's fine. But I think a 10-year war will happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a 2-year war is going to happen because Sharon's going to be out of a job in 2025.
If Ohio State wins on Saturday, I'm not going to go on and say they're going to go on a 7-8 year tear again. There's a potential 10-year war. There's the NIL. There's the NIL. Of course you will, Peter.
I'll say it on our YouTube live tomorrow night.
But yeah, NIL is going to change. We're going to see what happens. Do I think Michigan just blew a ton of money potentially on a unproven freshman hopeful quarterback? Yes. But, if it pans out, hey, it pans out. But otherwise, yeah, you just wasted a lot of money. Well, we'll see. We'll see. You got to take risks to win too sometimes,
Right, yeah.
So, Mac, I will say something about your prediction about Khalil Mongs going off. So for someone who converted a linebacker to running back, he's been good, but I just don't think he's that good enough to put up just those monstrous numbers against this Ohio State defense. And so I forgot my other prediction. It's going to be up to how Davis Warren plays this for the first time in a while, and this is going to be an anomaly, possibly. Because then you have Bryce Underwood coming, who knows what the offensive scheme is going to be, and then you have Tavion St. Clair or whoever else for Ohio State. Of course, they're always going to be pass happy. I think that this game is going to be won in the air. Just going on a hunch, going to go and say it. I know that, the meetings have been decided by the line of scrimmage and the whoever has the most rushing yards, but for the first time in a while, that's going to happen. So I just don't think Khalil Mullings is, a speedster, someone who he's a power back. It's gonna be predictable on how he's gonna run. Now, like Donovan Edwards, maybe this is one of those games where he shows up big, but
Let me come on.
what if OSU can't contain the pass rush? I think they're gonna have to do a kind of a quick RPO type of deal where Howard's gonna have to make quick decisions and be able to counter that. I just think Ohio State just has too many weapons to not put up some massive yards in their passing game. I mean, you have like 3 first rounders on there. Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, Emeka Ibuka. Ennis is going to be a star when he gets his chance. And Henderson and Junkins, you can't count them out catching passes from the backfield or going out into the flats as well. So I like your intensity, Mac. It's really I admire your loyalty to your team. But yeah. Now, if it was Blake, let's say that the roles were reversed and Blake Corum was the lone back this year behind this line, I'd say, yeah, there's a good chance that, he could carry this team to a win, but it's not.
I've been enjoying Twitter, and I understand Twitter is not real life, and that's not it's not indicative of the actual fan base. But it's funny to me that if you don't pick your team, then you have a defeatist attitude. But in our case, if we don't pick Michigan, we have a defeatist attitude. But if we do pick Michigan, then we're not being realistic. And it's like you can't win no matter what on Twitter. No matter what you say, you're wrong. And but anyway, but like I said, that's just Twitter. That's just people mouth off on Twitter all the time, and that's what makes it fun, I guess. What I found interesting, I don't know if you guys have watched Jake Butt on his show the past couple of days. He has actually made a case that he sees how Michigan can actually win this game, which I was surprised at. And I've seen a couple others too are picking Michigan to potentially win. Not that it's going to be easy, not that it's going to be not that it's going to be easy, I guess I should say, but there's a lot of things that have to fall in place for Michigan to make this work, but they do have a path to win. Part of it is going to rely on, like we've talked about, Ryan Day getting too conservative in his play calling. But like you guys have said, you've seen Ryan Day step up his play calling and get more aggressive. So it's going to be an interesting game. I'm excited to watch it, which, like I was telling you guys last night on your show, I'm not real worried about it, but I am excited to watch it. I hope Michigan wins, but if they don't, it's still a good season because we beat Michigan State and we got a bowl game.
Yeah. And, here's my final input. Michigan obviously going to get their wins in the future. They could, I just think this is just me being, I just think this is different Ohio State team, different coaches. He surrounded himself by the right people. I just think that they're set for a rematch with Oregon. Not going to be like, oh, Michigan had their 3 years. Now it's just going to go off in the sunshine. No, this could potentially be a 10-year war. And so I just think that everything's in place at the right time. And I'm going to go back to say, I'm glad I predicted. I'm glad that they lost to Oregon. They don't lose to Oregon. They don't look at themselves in the mirror. They don't make these changes on defense. They're not running these little blitz packages, these stunts on defense. They're not, their attitude wouldn't be changed. In that bad game against Nebraska, those 2 games were a blessing to get things to where they need to be. And I'm glad they happened.
Yeah.
Sam Hartman's looking downfield for AJ.
Oh! Carter almost has a one-handed catch.
Almost.